All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Talent Show, where you will meet the people that power TTEC. I'm Rebecca. I'll be your host for today. We are so excited because we are continuing our celebration of our Great Place to Work certifications in 15 countries and the exciting new addition of TTEC Egypt to this list of amazing countries and achievements. So, join us for our conversation today as we unpack what makes a great place to work, what builds a true culture where everyone feels like they belong. And we've got the perfect guest to help us share the excitement of Great Place to Work certification in TTEC Egypt. And his story is amazing, and we know you will resonate it. He has an incredible journey of growth, resilience, and exemplifies the vibrant culture that is TTEC Cairo. So, before we meet our special guest today, of course, we want to meet you. I just love one of my favorite parts, and anybody who hears me talk here at TTEC is meeting our global team from around the world. And that includes the audience of this show as well. So, please do drop in the chat where you're joining us from today. We're glad that you are here and you get to meet our vibrant team. And today's guest is Khaled. He is our Learning and Development Manager with TTEC Cairo. He's going to share with us today his amazing journey of overcoming fears, provide some advice to you on how you can overcome fear as well to advance your career. And he's going to give us a little sneak peek into what makes TTEC Cairo a truly special and welcoming environment. So let's meet Khaled.
Hi, hello, Rebecca. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. Very, very excited for this opportunity and to talk more about T-Tech Cairo.
We are so excited you're here. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the people in the audience. Micaiah says, congrats to TTEC Egypt. Dora is here from Athens and is looking forward to your story. Oh, Konstantinos is also here from Athens. And Monique says, let's go. All right. So I
Hello,
am
everyone.
so happy that you're here today because I first met you way back in the fall when we had customer service week, and you joined for our karaoke edition, a little Backstreet Boys song. Don't worry, everybody, we're not going to sing yet today on the show. But I knew at that point, I'm like, I got to meet him because his personality just shines through this chat all the way across the ocean. So thanks so much for being with us here today.
Of course, my pleasure, Rebecca. Thank you so much for having me.
So we're going to talk about quite a few things here today. Of course, we want to start with your origin story and who you are, and then have us lead into, well, what makes TTEC Egypt a great place to work, and what does that mean to you? And of course, we're going to leave the audience with some of your favorite advice as well. So let's just start with, how did you get into learning and development, and why was that important to you?
How I get into L&D, it's probably, funny story. If you told me a few years ago that I would be here leading training in TTEC Cairo or being at an event like this, I probably wouldn't have believed you because it was a very long journey. It was not me a few years ago. First, I started in the customer service, and I was good at it. I was good at my job. I was good at talking to a only single individual in my own little cubicle, and no one's hearing me except for the quality assurance, of course. And I was pretty good at my job because that's just how it went. But then I saw that there is an opportunity to grow, and I really wanted to do the training. I had this feeling that I needed to develop and train people because my peers, when I was on customer service, when they faced any challenges, I was very good at delivering the knowledge to them. And then when I got promoted to be a trainer, when I excelled in my customer service role, I struggled a bit on that. Just of course, and also when I was studying, that was not helping me very much. And I've seen a lot of challenges that I've had in the past couple of years to be when I was a trainer. Um, and that challenge only and that there's so many challenges that I faced when I was a trainer that only pushed me to continue to growing in my career, to push myself to talk more in meetings and sessions, to be able, and of course, naturally, when you talk more in front of a group of people, in front of public speaking, these sessions and these meetings started being less intimidating than before. So that's just what happened with me, and now I grew the love of learning and development, and yeah, that's my journey, mainly in a brief, how I got to L&D and how I became an L&D manager.
I love how you shared you're comfortable in your cubicle having that one-on-one conversation, and then you saw something different for yourself, and that you knew you had to kind of push through that to get to the other side and like lead and fulfill with your dreams as far as becoming a part of the learning and development team. That's super cool. And we'll talk a little bit more about how you overcame that and the people that were alongside you for that as well. So you're in training and then you join the TTEC team, and you've had quite a journey in the short time that you've been here. Can you tell us a little bit more about your TTEC story?
I did, absolutely. In TTEC started in mid to 2023. I joined late 2023. When I joined as a senior trainer. I've already have had around 3 or 4 years of training overall from my previous employers. So when I joined as a senior trainer, I loved that role very, very much. And I sort of overcame a lot of the challenges a trainer might face. The fear of public speaking, sessions and training, as I said, started to be less intimidating to me. But I was very lucky to have a manager who really saw a potential of me, not just to being a trainer, because we both knew back then that I was good at it. So she wasn't just telling me that I was very good at my job, well done, and all of that. But instead, she was just giving me constructive feedback on how I can get better and how I can grow in my career. So very, very lucky to have Veronica as my manager for the past couple of years. And it's just like public speaking and management skills or any other skills, just like any other skill, just with consistency with the right people to support you. It is just, you can definitely achieve it.
Yeah, I think that's so cool because, like you said, right now you're on a live event. So to go from someone who was like, I'm cool with my one-on-one conversation with a customer, maybe quality assurance is listening in, to coming on a live. By the way, getting some shout outs in the chat from Zayad. Khaled has an unmatched work ethic. TTEC is lucky to have him. And Fatma also says, super proud. Egypt is on fire. So yes, so thank you so much. Oh, and Lavesh is also joined us. Monique. Oh, I think I did already say let's go Khaled. So really thank you for dropping your shout outs in the chat for T-Tech Cairo as well. So that's great. So what is your position now? You went from senior trainer to
Yeah, currently I'm the L&D manager in TTEC Egypt. I manage the training function and the L&D function in Egypt. Um, of course, we have so much area to grow in Egypt, and looking very, very forward to that.
perfect. So let's switch gears, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us here today. And everyone, if you didn't write that down, it was consistency, partnering with the right people that can help you overcome your fear as well. So let's switch gears over to, what do you think makes a great place to work?
See, there is a lot of misconception of what makes a great place to work. People often misconcept that to being the highest package, that a company might offer. But yes, a high package, a very good compensation package can attract you to come to work, but it would not make you consistent. It would not make you stay at your job for long. So, what really makes a great place to work is for you to engage your employees, for your employees to be heard, to be valued, for them to really think that their voices can make an impact and their contribution matters. So that's the first thing, to engage your employees and always to keep them engaged. The second thing is, since I'm in an L&D position, so I truly believe that growing and focus on the growth of your employees, that is essential for someone to perceive you as a great place to work. Even though if they're doing such great job in their current position, they always would like to see what's the end of that horizon. They would like to grow in their career and to see more potential of themselves. So that's the second thing. It's just to focus on your growth. A third thing that I would say is your values and how you align with your values. See, values isn't just a few statements for marketing purposes. Values really project the company's image, and each company has to, each and every action has to align with the values that they put with themselves. So when the employees see that the values are being considered and we are working on it, so they will take it on themselves and they will also work to achieve our mission and to align with our values at the same time. So yeah,
Yeah,
these are mainly the three things that I myself see and evaluate before I join any company.
well, it's always great to have someone who is in learning and development to remind us all about the importance of that taking courses, lifelong continuous learning really is what it's all about these days for sure. And I think the other piece that you mentioned earlier with your manager was that constructive feedback. It wasn't necessarily always, oh gosh, you're doing an amazing job. That was also layered in with ways that you can improve. And then the bigger piece of it is that you listened and acted on it too, because sometimes we can get feedback and maybe not act on it. So that's the other valuable piece too. So
Yep.
what do you think makes TTEC Cairo a unique and special place to work?
Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, first of all, the three pillars that I just mentioned, growing your employees, aligning with the values, as well as engaging your employees. TTEC just embodies all of that, and even more. So what it really makes it a great place to work, that here in a very saturated market in Egypt and contact center industries, our employees here, they don't feel like that they're just another cog in the machine. They feel like that they are truly valued, they're truly heard, and they see that there is always a potential of growth. Yes, we're relatively new in the market. However, with a global name, with a very strong brand name globally, we definitely have a lot of opportunities to grow. Um, and the location that we have, and the benefits, yes, the benefits, as I mentioned, would not make you stay for long, but it's definitely also necessary. TTEC also offers great benefits and perks. But what really and truly makes it a great place to work is our culture and our people. The culture that we have built together here in Egypt just makes it outstanding. When you go to site, if there is any engagement event or just during lunchtime, you can really see that energy flowing with everybody. And it is just contagious. This great energy is just contagious with everybody. And yeah, and of course in Cairo, we have such great and talented individuals across all different languages, whether English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Dutch, everything. You can find everything in this market. So when you just mix that with sort of the engagement of people and the culture and the nice culture that you would build, this just evidently would make it a good place to work and great place to work.
I love how you said you're building it together. That's
Absolutely. Teamwork.
it does take a village, right? And shout out to everyone that's a part of the amazing team at Cairo for making sure that employees feel welcomed in a multicultural environment that you have, engaged, having fun together. I saw the recent video of the site opening, and I was like, gosh, I wish I had been there. That looked like it was an amazing time with such a cool group of people too. So if you haven't had a chance, if anybody's watching, to check out that video on our LinkedIn profile, it looked like a really amazing event.
Yeah, that is very
Shout
true.
out
What
over
the event
to
was very nice. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no. Ahmed says, inspiring, keep shining. There is even more success on the way. Daniela says, congrats to the amazing team in Cairo. And she also agrees that growth, values, alignment, and engagement are key. So, really good points. And thank you for sharing that. You've shared with us so much valuable insight and advice today on how we can overcome our fears. I do want to just give it over to the audience again. What are some of the ways that you have overcome fear to excel in your career? Just drop some advice over to help the rest of us out today. I know I listen to some amazing podcasters and authors like Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, the like, and they have all sorts of amazing advice for overcoming fears to get to that next level. Everything from interrupting the thoughts in your head with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to making sure that you put positive thoughts in your day too. And I love, Khaled, how you mentioned kind of practice makes perfect, if you will. So just the more you got out there, the more that you made it happen for yourself too. So please do drop some of your advice in the chat. We'd love to all learn from each of you out there. There's nothing like a world of global perspectives to help us all with our day. So as we wrap up, you've already given us some amazing advice. Would you share with us, though, the advice that your favorite advice that you've received that you'd like to pay forward to everybody today as we go back into our work days or our evenings, breaking bread, having breakfast or dinner, whatever it may be? So, what's your favorite advice?
Of course. See, as what I was mentioning during my journey on how I got into L&D, was mainly is I'm facing my fears. So if this is my comfort zone, my cubicle that I was talking with my customer, right? Growth is just outside of this cubicle, outside of the comfort zone. So always try to face your fears. Always try to see the challenges as your goal to overcome this. And this is where growth would happen. And you might think that you need to be motivated, and motivation is key for you to be able to grow. Motivation is great, but think of it as motivation is just a spark. It ignites the fire, but what really keeps that fire on is consistency. If you are not consistent, you will not be able to achieve your goals. See, motivation is just, think of it as you're going to the gym, right? The first day you are pumped, full of energy, ready to go. But what happens when that excitement wears off? It's just, so if you will only show up when you feel motivated, you will never see real growth. So growth, whether it's in your career skills or personal development, comes from showing up, putting the work, and really be consistent in doing that. So that's how I did it. I just stepped outside of my comfort zone. I faced a lot of challenges during my initial time in my career, but I just kept showing up. I kept putting myself on there to eventually reach out my goals. So just um, set your goals straight, right? Be consistent on it. Surround yourself with people who support you, like my manager. Shout out to you, Veronica. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that you will eventually reach your desired goal.
I love it. What you're sharing with us today is that we have to roll up our sleeves, put in the work. The rewards are great at the end of it. You might go up and down, but eventually you'll get there with the consistency of it. And yes, shout out to Veronica. Thank you so much. um, Shushmita says, amazing. Monique says, I overcome fear by acknowledging it and reaching out for support from friends, families, and colleagues. And I think that's exactly what you were saying is surround yourself with people who can, even if it's just one person, that can help you get to that next level. Thank you so much for sharing. I can tell that, as Fatma said earlier, that TTEC Cairo is on fire with great people. Thank you for all the team members that joined us in the chat today. I know it's late. I know you're really ready for your evening. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we went from Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, singing at our karaoke event for Customer Service Week to today's conversation. Congratulations on your achievements, and let's go. Let's keep it going, TTEC Cairo.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for hosting me today. Thank you, everyone who stayed on and listened to me and sharing some great thoughts and insights. And yeah, you'll just hear more and more about TTEC Cairo in the upcoming period and all the great news, hopefully.
Yes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for joining us today. And for everyone else, if you liked what you heard here today about TTEC Egypt, we have got a lot of great roles for you to consider. So you can head over to TTEC Jobs. As Khaled said, we have Portuguese, French, Italian, Turkish, all of these amazing opportunities as sales development representatives. And our team will be dropping one in the chat for you to consider. And just remember, when you see all these languages, that means there's a multicultural team behind it with a lot of growth opportunities for a newer site, as Khaled said. So we're really excited about sharing these opportunities here with you today. So again, you can head over to TTEC Jobs, check out some of the roles. For example, this is the Portuguese English. We'll share a little bit more with you about what TTEC offers. And so be sure to head over and check it out. And then, of course, we're also hiring for a sales operation director in Cairo. So if you liked what you heard and you want to be a part of a great place to work and nurturing engaged employees, this could be a great opportunity for you. So again, this is just a representative of a few jobs that we have around the world. Come check out TTEC Jobs, poke around a little bit, learn a little bit more about us. And just before we wrap, Veronica, I think this is the famous Veronica. She has said, well said to Khaled, show up and put in the work. So thank you all for joining us today. We hope you're inspired by the story from our guest today, for knowing what makes a great place to work and how you can be a part of one wherever you are in the world too. So thank you so much. We'll see you back in 2 weeks. Have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world.